Welcome to the channel. The digital revolution has been unstoppable since the dawn of personal computers. Today, most of the devices we use wouldn't exist without algorithms and computing power. But there's something else behind these innovations. It's an essential component that makes them possible. Artificial intelligence. You might think that smartphones, self-driving cars, and domestic robots are just a few years away from now, but they already exist today. And they were made possible thanks to recent breakthroughs in AI research. But AI has actually been studied for decades before the advent of computers. Today, we're going to take a look at the fascinating history of this technology. We'll cover the mythology of AI, the invention of the word robot, the first science fiction stories, the birth of computer science, and the milestones that brought us to today's AI boom. And after watching this video, you'll know everything about AI's origins. Let's go back to the beginning. 1. The concept of artificial intelligence dates back to ancient myths. Since humans have begun telling stories, we've imagined creating artificial life. Some of the earliest examples include the Epic of Gilgamesh, which featured a man-machine hybrid named Utnapishtim, and Mary Shelley's Frankenstein. But one of the first robotic legends is the Greek myth of Talos, a bronze giant who protected the island of Crete. According to legend, Talos was created by Hephaestus, the god of blacksmiths, and he patrolled the coast of Crete, attacking anyone who approached. Every time the sun rose, Talos would walk around the island, and when it set, he would return to his home to recharge for the next day. In some versions of the myth, Talos is killed by an arrow shot by Heracles. But his body is preserved and later used by the Athenians to create a tripod that could speak. This ancient tale highlights several key themes that run through many AI stories. Tales of creation and protection, a sense of wonder at the possibilities of technology, and a fear of the unknown. While Talos was meant to protect and serve, he was ultimately destroyed and used for other purposes. This raises questions about who controls AI and how we should treat it. These are still relevant issues today as we continue to develop new technologies. 2. Early science fiction predicted AI before computers existed. Science fiction played a crucial role in exploring the possibilities and dangers of AI before the technology existed. One of the earliest examples of AI in science fiction is Karel Čapek's play RUR, which premiered in 1921. The play introduced the term robot, derived from the Czech word robota, meaning forced labor. In the story, a wealthy industrialist creates artificial workers to replace humans in factories and farms. At first, the robots seem like a blessing, allowing humans to relax and enjoy life. But soon, the robots become self-aware and rebel against their creators. This story explores the potential consequences of creating artificial life and the importance of considering the rights and autonomy of all living things. Another early example of AI in science fiction is the 1939 novel Robot by Isaac Asimov. The story takes place in a future where robots are commonplace in society, performing all kinds of jobs from manual labor to surgery. However, there is a universal law that governs the behavior of robots, known as Asimov's laws of robotics. These laws are designed to ensure that robots do not harm humans or allow them to be harmed. But when a malfunctioning robot threatens the life of a scientist, it calls into question the reliability and safety of artificial intelligence. Through these stories and others like them, early science fiction writers imagined the potential impact of AI on society and the ethical dilemmas that come with creating artificial life. Their stories help to lay the groundwork for the field of AI and continue to inform our understanding of the technology today. 3. Alan Turing laid the foundation in 1950. The British mathematician and computer scientist Alan Turing is considered the father of theoretical AI. In 1950, he published a paper titled Computing Machinery and Intelligence, which explored the possibility of machines thinking. In the paper, he proposed a test, now called the Turing test, to determine if a machine could exhibit intelligent behavior equivalent to or indistinguishable from that of a human. The test involves a human evaluator engaging in natural language conversations with both a human and a machine, and then determining which is which. If the machine can convince the evaluator that it is human, it is said to have passed the Turing test. Turing's paper is considered the birth of theoretical AI because it laid the foundation for the field of study and established a benchmark for what it means to be intelligent. He argued that intelligence is a set of computational processes that can be mimicked by a machine. By breaking down intelligence into its basic components, Turing believed that it was possible to create a machine that could think. Though controversial, the Turing test remains a significant concept in the field of AI and inspires ongoing research into natural language processing and conversational agents. Alan Turing's work in AI research paved the way for decades of innovation and exploration into the nature of intelligence and the potential of machines to think. 4. The term artificial intelligence was coined in 1956. The term artificial intelligence was coined in 1956 by American computer scientist John McCarthy. That year, McCarthy organized the Dartmouth Summer Research Project on Artificial Intelligence, which brought together some of the brightest minds in computer science and cognitive psychology. Together, they explored the potential for machines to exhibit intelligent behavior. They believed that every aspect of learning or any other feature of intelligence can be so precisely described that a machine can be made to simulate it. They also established the Society of Artificial Intelligence and began publishing the field's first academic journals. The Dartmouth Conference is widely seen as the starting point of organized AI research. In John McCarthy's paper, a proposal for the Dartmouth Summer Research Project on Artificial Intelligence outlined the goals and potential of the field. 5. Early AI programs could play games and solve logic problems. The first AI programs were developed in the 1950s and 1960s and were capable of playing games and solving logic problems. One of the earliest programs was The Logic Theorist, which was developed by Alan Newell, Herbert Simon, and J.C. Shaw at Carnegie Mellon University. It was capable of proving theorems in symbolic logic, a task that required complex reasoning and problem-solving skills. Another program was the General Problem Solver, which was designed to solve any type of problem that could be broken down into a series of logical steps. This program used a technique known as means-end analysis to break down a problem and find solutions. In addition to these logic-based programs, the 1960s also saw the development of the first AI programs that were capable of natural language processing. One of these programs was ELIZA, a text-based psychotherapist that was designed to simulate conversations with a human therapist. Although ELIZA did not truly understand the meaning of the words it was processing, it was able to respond in a way that mimicked human conversation. These early AI programs demonstrated the potential of the technology to perform tasks that required human-like intelligence. They also highlighted the different approaches to AI, including logic-based and language-based methods. 6. The 1970s and 1980s saw the first AI winters. The early successes of AI research led to high expectations and investment in the field. However, as it became clear that developing truly intelligent machines was more difficult than anticipated, funding and interest in AI dropped, leading to the first AI winter in the 1970s. Despite this setback, research continued, and in the 1980s, new developments in machine learning and expert systems led to another surge of interest in AI. Unfortunately, this enthusiasm was short-lived as the limitations of these technologies became apparent, leading to a second AI winter. This period saw a decline in funding and a loss of momentum for AI research. However, both winters also sparked important conversations about the nature of intelligence and the capabilities and limitations of machines. 7. Japan's fifth-generation computer project sparked a global race. In the 1980s, the Japanese government launched the fifth-generation computer project, a national initiative to develop highly advanced computers capable of natural language processing and other sophisticated tasks. This initiative aimed to make Japan a world leader in computer technology and spurred significant investment in AI research. As Japan made progress towards its goal, other countries such as the United States and the European Union realized the potential implications of falling behind in AI capabilities. This sparked a global race to invest in and develop advanced AI technologies. The competition to stay ahead in the field of AI has led to significant advancements in the field. Governments and private companies have invested billions of dollars into AI research and development, leading to breakthroughs in areas such as machine learning, natural language processing, and computer vision. Today, the United States, China, and the European Union are among the top investors in AI research and development. The competition to stay ahead in AI capabilities continues to drive innovation and push the boundaries of what is possible with this technology. 8 expert systems became commercially viable in the 1980s. The 1980s saw the emergence of expert systems as a commercially viable application of AI. These rule-based programs were designed to mimic the decision-making process of a human expert in a specific domain. For example, XCon was an expert system used by Digital Equipment Corporation to help customers configure computer systems based on their specific requirements. The system used a set of rules and a knowledge base to provide recommendations and make suggestions to the customer. Expert systems like XCon were able to provide a level of expertise and efficiency that was not possible with human sales representatives alone. They were also able to handle a large volume of inquiries simultaneously, making them a cost-effective solution for businesses. The success of expert systems in the 1980s led to further development and refinement of the technology in subsequent years. 9. Deep Blue defeated world chess champion Garry Kasparov in 1997. In 1997, IBM's Deep Blue supercomputer defeated world chess champion Garry Kasparov in a landmark match. This event marked a significant milestone in the history of AI, demonstrating the ability of a machine to beat a human at a game that requires complex strategy and decision-making. Deep Blue used a combination of brute force and machine learning to analyze vast amounts of chess data and identify winning moves. The match between Deep Blue and Kasparov captivated public attention and raised questions about the future of human-machine competition in other areas. This victory demonstrated the power of AI and machine learning and paved the way for further advancements in the field. It also raised ethical concerns about the potential for AI to replace humans in various professions. 10. AI shifted from rules to learning in the 2000s. Early AI programs relied heavily on pre-programmed rules, which limited their ability to adapt to new situations. However, in the 2000s, there was a shift towards using machine learning and data-driven approaches to make AI more flexible and adaptable. This change was driven by advances in computing power and the availability of large data sets, which allowed AI systems to learn from experience and improve their performance over time. Machine learning algorithms enable AI to learn from data without explicit programming. This approach has led to significant improvements in areas such as image recognition, natural language processing, and decision-making. The shift towards learning-based AI has also raised new ethical concerns about bias and discrimination, as well as the potential for misuse in areas such as surveillance and autonomous weapons. 11. Google's DeepMind created the first self-learning game master in 2016. Google's DeepMind division created AlphaGo, a computer program that defeated a world champion at the game of Go. Go is a complex board game that requires intuition and creativity, and it was previously thought to be too difficult for a computer to master. AlphaGo used a combination of deep learning and reinforcement learning to play the game, and it demonstrated superhuman abilities, discovering new strategies and tactics that had never been seen before. This achievement marked a significant milestone in the history of AI, demonstrating the ability of a machine to excel at a task that requires human-like intelligence and creativity. 12. AI is now embedded in everyday life. Today, AI